What is going on, everyone, here on YouTube? It has been a solid month since I've done any of these podcasts. So like we always do, I wait 10 minutes. I wait for you guys to kind of join the party, and then we'll get started on the topic. Which it probably won't be that long of a stream. Probably be pretty. Maybe it'll be a short one. Might be a short one, or maybe it'll be a long one because I'm sure you guys have missed me. Crown One. Hey, Mike. Hey, man. What's up with you? Spider-Man Unknown, man. I forgot about the Disney Marvel lawsuit. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the lawsuit. Now, I want to make this very clear before I actually move forward with this. These are my opinions. I am not a lawyer. I am not a lawyer. I could never give financial advice. I had maybe one class that was like a lawyer class, but I never was trying to be a lawyer. So I just want to make that publicly clear before I move on so that I don't get sued. I don't need to get sued. All right, Disney, fuck you. Don't you come and try to come at me and sue me. But yeah, I just want to make that clear before I move forward here. Crown One, Mike, did you hear that Venom is going to be gay? No, I think you heard that from the quartering. Listen, I don't think that's true. I think that he was trying to pander. I think it was the director was trying to pander, but I wouldn't worry about it, honestly. But if something like that does happen in the movie, I will be reviewing Venom too. I will be reviewing Venom: Let There Be Carnage. So I'll let you know if there's anything like that in the movie. But I don't know. I won't worry until I actually see it. Until I actually see or / hear it. So I'm not really worried about what someone reads on an article or a damn news site, because the reality is that sometimes they just do that to hype people like me up, kind of like with this lawsuit thing. They're just trying to hype people like me up because they're like, holy shit, Disney lose the rights to Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. It more likely won't happen. Again, we're going to talk about it a little bit more in depth because when did this happen? I think this happened last week, or this started a long time ago, but I do want to, talk about it a little bit and talk about it in depth as I can, because I know that this is a very weird topic. I mean, we talked about weirder topics on this channel, I feel like, but now we're actually diving into lawyer stuff. So this is gonna be a weird one. It's gonna probably require some patience and some of me actually having to think things through with what I'm saying here. Spider-Man, I've been in a Mortal Kombat phase lately, so I'm curious how this happens. Like they will lose the MCU if Disney lose. No. See, this is where I think people are misunderstanding this. Listen, again, that's probably not going to happen. I'm going to explain a little bit more in depth about what's probably going to happen with this court case, because this is not the first time this has happened before. This has happened with Superman, this happened with Jack Kirby before. If you know, Jack Kirby is mostly responsible for the Avengers and a lot of other Marvel characters that you see. This is not the first time that something like this has happened. I want to make this very, very clear. So yeah, I can tell you right off the bat, if you're worried about something, don't be worried about it. Don't be worried about, something let's say hypothetically that, Steve Ditko and Stan Lee's family won, right? Let's say hypothetically, I mean, I don't really want to dive into it, but let's say hypothetically that they won the court case. Well, what's probably going to happen is they would probably just get the copyrights, and then that they would have the final say on, like, for example, a movie, a TV show, or like it's a co-ownership, and Disney doesn't want that. That's what this really is about at the end of the day. We're going to talk about it. It's going to be a little bit more in depth than that, and I'll explain a little bit of what I'm saying here, but it's not complicated as much as we think. It's probably much simpler than that. Spider-Man, I'm going to be honest. I'm not hyped for Venom Let There Be Carnage. Really? Okay. I mean, I'm not really hyped either. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. I think for me personally, with Venom Let There Be Carnage, I'm a Spider-Man fan. Everyone knows this. You know, so when I see Carnage and Venom fighting and I don't see Spider-Man, and you're trying to do the Lethal Protector run, it's like you can't do that without Spider-Man. Spider-Man is one of the most important characters in that storyline. So that's kind of why it's like, okay, you're doing the Lethal Protector run. I don't know what made you think it was smart to do without Spider-Man. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some people have tried to come out and say, oh, there's going to be a Spider-Man cameo in the end credit scene or some bullshit like that. Probably not going to happen. I'm very I don't believe that. I'm very anti believing that, because I don't believe that. There's no and a lot of people, not only are people saying, here's the thing, not only are people trying to say that Spider-Man's going to be in the end credit scene for Venom Let There Be Carnage, but they're also trying to say that it's Tom Holland's Spider-Man. If that's true, I'm going to be here a lot longer than I thought. I'm going to be here a lot longer than I thought. That would absolutely annoy the piss out of me if that was if that's true, which I doubt. I very highly doubt that. Spider-Man Own, I rewatched Scorpion's Revenge and it's pretty decent. 7 out of 10 for me. Yeah, I did not like Scorpion's Revenge. I did not. I absolutely did not like it. But yeah, I mean, I didn't even watch the other movie. I think they put out a new animated movie because they were continuing after the Scorpion's Revenge thing. They did what is it called? Mortal Kombat Battle for the Realms or some shit like that. I didn't watch that either. I was just like, nah, I don't care. I watched Scorpion's Revenge because I love Scorpion. Scorpion's my favorite character in Mortal Kombat. But I just did not like what they did. You didn't have to, because what they try to do is they try to push Scorpion up, and I feel like all they did was ruin the main story for the first, because it's not about Scorpion. You know, this is about Mortal Kombat, and you're supposed to have Liu Kang and save Earthrealm and stuff. That's his story arc. So when you try to have Scorpion butt in, it's just kind of like, what the fuck are you doing? I like Scorpion. You don't need to force him in it like that. I think that was the weirdest thing they've ever done. Spider-Man, I'm disappointed. Venom 2 is PG-13. Yeah. PlayStation put out a little clip of Carnage breaking out of the prison, and I watched it, and I was like, man, this probably would look really good if it was actually rated R. I thought I would see Carnage make an axe or a sword, and he slice and you see some blood splatter, but no, they played it safe, and they went the PG-13 route, and not happy about it. Not happy about it. Especially because Spider-Man's not in it. You had the complete freedom to do a rated R thing. Spider-Man's not in it. There's no reason for you to do, PG-13. Again, it's one of those things where they try to They tried to think, they always see the movie industry, they always fall for this. They're like, oh, it's a superhero movie, so we got to make it PG-13 so that we can bring in more audience members and the kids, and we can get more money, because it's about money. It's about greed, greedy. That's all of these companies, all these movie industries, Disney, hell, maybe even Steve Ditko. I don't know. Like I said, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But again, we live in an era of very greedy. Like, don't get me wrong; they've always been greedy, but I mean they're very greedy now, very, very greedy. So much so that they'll fight each other for money, for more money. Like, that's how bad it is. Tom XD Reactor, hello again, Mike. Hey man, what's up? He changed the picture. I personally never liked Carnage design. Like in general, or like from the movie? If it's in general, okay, but I mean, if it's from the movie, okay, fine, that makes sense. Because if I'm being honest, I mean, I don't really like the Carnage design in the movie. You know, like, because in the movie, he's just straight up like all red, and then he's just got, I think, like a little bit of a tint of black in his face. That's like so like not like I wish they did a little bit more like the comic book, where he's a bit more shaded, you know, instead of just all red. Like, you can have your red, but I mean, have some like black shading, have some type of like, you know, kind of like my t-shirt, you know, kind of have like some shading in there so that it looks better than than it just being simply all red. You know, that's why, like, you see when they used to draw Mary Jane, or like any redheaded girl, for example, they used to like when they made her hair red, they'd like have some black in there, because they would like make the red stick out more. Like that was what the point of it was, and like some shadow effects and stuff. That's what they would do, and it looked really good. I missed that. I actually really loved that type of red-headed style. They did that for some animated stuff. They did that for some TV shows and stuff. I love that type of red and blackish design they do with the redheads in the media. But but these days, you know, they're so biased toward redheads. Especially not redheaded guys. I mean, like, redheaded women. Like I'm actually getting very frustrated that I'm not, like, you don't even see redheaded women in movies and TV shows anymore. They're and if they're supposed to be redheaded, then they're just turning them black, which is absolutely retarded to me. But anyway, moving on. Crown 1, if Tom Holland's Spider-Man is going to be in Venom 2, that will cause plot holes. How though? If we're in California, because the Carnage execution happens in California, so I think we're in California, San Diego, California, if I'm not mistaken. And if Spider-Man's all the way in New York City, where's the plot hole? You know what I'm saying? Because if all the superheroes are in New York, I mean, who's in California? You know what I mean? Tom XD, the movie version. Yeah, the movie version. Okay. Spider-Man Unknown, at least you can admit Scorpion's Revenge is better than MK Annihilation. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Sure, why not? I'll give DC credit for at least having their movies be rated R. Yeah, but they go overboard. DC goes overboard. Like, DC and like Warner Brothers, they're the opposite, where it's like they'll go rated R just because they want to go fucking crazy. They'll just go rated R because they're like, we want to be gruesome, or we want to be brutal for the sake of brutal, or being gruesome. And that's the opposite thing, where it's like, okay, that was unnecessary, or that was a little bit too much. You know what I mean? Where it's like, for the example with like Carnage, it's like, listen, when you're seeing people getting stabbed or getting, you know, having their heads get bit off or whatever, you expect to see a blood splatter. You expect to see a very sharp and, you know, quick blood splatter, and you're not even going to get a hint of that in the PG-13 version of Venom Let There Be Carnage, and that's very stupid. Whereas, like, for example, with DC's case, it's overboard. They go completely overboard. It's over the top. Blood just splatters in places that don't even make any sense. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It depends on what you like, maybe, or what you prefer. I don't know. I might have to turn my light on soon because it's kind of dark in my room. It's like 6:26 for me. Tom XD Reactor. Venom is an anti-hero, not a villain. But why PG-13? Well, the first movie I was okay with being PG-13, but the second movie I expected to be rated R because of Carnage. If you guys don't know, I mean, you can watch a fucking Watch Mojo list if you want, but there have been a bunch of examples of the things that Carnage has done to people and to multiple groups of people, and it was gruesome. You know, he's a very violent character. I mean, when they were making Carnage, I mean, they based him off of Joker from DC's comics, and their goal was to make him a crazy serial killer, and that's who you're dealing with. So when you tone that down, and I know that some people might say, "Oh, well, what about the '90s TV show Mike, when they did Carnage?" And yeah, but they did that right because at least you had Venom and Spider-Man team up against Carnage. Yeah, you didn't see any blood, but that's because it's a fucking Saturday morning cartoon. Like they can't do that. But we're talking about a Venom movie. There's no Spider-Man in it. Venom's by himself with Carnage, which good fucking luck, because in the comics, both of them could barely contain this beast. It took both of them on multiple occasions to bring Carnage down. Like, not only is Carnage one of the most gruesome characters that Spider-Man and Venom have ever faced, he is one of the most powerful characters that Spider-Man and Venom and countless other superheroes / supervillains have ever faced and have been around. Like, this is the type of character you don't fuck around with. That's Cletus Cassidy. That's Carnage in a nutshell. You don't fuck around with him. like he's going to kill you. And that's the thing. You know, like, it's a very violent character. Yes, he's been in cartoon shows and he's been in very kiddish stuff. But I think, you need to know what type of movie you are, and I feel like that's Sony, and I feel like the person directing the movie, maybe not the director, but maybe Sony, the people making it, are probably like, we want more people to watch the movie, so we're gonna have it be rated PG-13. We're not gonna have blood because we want more money, because this comes down to more money. They want more people in the seats, even though people aren't going to the fucking movie theater anymore, but whatever. And I heard this movie is also coming out in theaters, and it was kind of funny. Who knows? Maybe a lot more people might go to watch this movie in theaters because, I was talking about it. My mom was talking about it with me. She was like, do we all want to go down to the movie theater to watch the movie? And I was actually shocked. I was like, Mom, nobody's going to the movie theater anymore. And she's like, yeah, but And then we start like looking up the fucking like the movie industry's like rules and shit, because we wanted to know what type of bullshit we had to deal with. Here, let me turn on the light. Ooh, oh god. Okay, camera's good. We wanted to know what type of bullshit we had to deal with, so I looked up the website, and I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna. Yeah, like it was like if you weren't vaccinated, you had to like wear a mask and stay 6 feet apart. But if you were vaccinated, then you didn't have to wear a mask and you could sit close to people. And then me and my mom were like, fuck it. I told my mom, I was like, well, I mean, we can make that work, right? And then we kind of like stared at each other for like a second, and we were like, maybe we'll wait. Maybe we'll wait. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of weird for me to talk about it. Honestly, it's kind of why I was a little like hesitant to say anything. But I don't know. Like I'll go. I mean, between you and me, between you guys, my audience, and me, I mean, I do this all the time. I'll lie my ass off. Like, I'll go in, I'll lie my ass off. I'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm totally, fucking jabbed up. Got all the jabs up my butthole. And, like, because fuck you. You guys lie. That's why. Which, YouTube apparently put out YouTube put up a new set of rules today about them banning people who promote anti-vaccination shit, and that's fine. YouTube, you want to play games, that's fine. I have nothing to lose. Like if this channel, like fuck it. You think I care? But like the way that it's going, I mean, it looks like it's about to be over soon. So you think I fucking care? Like all you'll do is make my life easier by booting me off the platform, honestly. And even if you boot me off the platform, I'm still on places like Odyssey and shit. So technically, I don't need to stop doing what I'm doing. Whatever. There's my little tirade there for a second. Whatever. Let's move on. Going back up. A lot of you guys are starting to join in. Glad to see you guys. Crown 1, Carnage in the comic books looks like living blood. Yeah. You might as well just turn him black. Like Venom. Just say like, oh shit, he's made of blood. just make Sony completely freak out. Like, oh shit. Turn him black. That way people don't think that it's blood. And then you just like laugh at them because that's how stupid they are. Like, we need more money. Do you need more money? Yes, we need all the monies. Okay. All right, that's how you want to play, huh? Time XT Reactor, Carnage design is just the same model as the Riot, but white teeth and having a tongue and small eyes, not in the comics. Yeah. I hate that, the little tiny shit that they change. Stupid to me. Time XT Reactor, Andrew and Tom Hardy will have a better match than Tom Holland. Yes, I agree with that. I still don't like the direction that they did with Venom because I would have preferred, because you guys know this. I said this in my review. I would have preferred if they did like a thing where Venom was already on Carnage or Venom was already on Spider-Man, and they just took Venom and they moved him somewhere else and moved him to California or something, and they or New Orleans or whatever, and then he meets Eddie. Like I would have preferred something like that. That way we get the symbol, but we don't even have the symbol, and it's. And I said this in my Ultimate Spider-Man playthrough. I was like, oh man, it's so weird not seeing him with the symbol. And it's still weird not seeing him with the symbol. Like, it's still weird. It's also annoying to me. Yeller, kids nowadays have a smaller attention span. Corporations are going to take every shortcut they can to play it safe, even if it's neutering their violence to get a PG-13 rating. Oh yeah, Yeller, absolutely. Absolutely. That is exactly what the shit comes down to at the end of the day. It's exactly what the shit comes down to at the end of the day. Spermanon, well, Scorpion's Revenge is better than the 2021 MK movie. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Spider-Man, I fucking saw that movie. That fucking movie. That movie made me mad. I was actually like I saw the movie. I didn't review it because I just was like, I don't care enough to even like give this a review. And man, I mean, that movie. God, there's so many problems. It's not even funny. Again, I'm not gonna review it. That movie just was bad. Spider-Man, I like that DC does have rated R movies for their universe because it shows me that they're not afraid to go overboard, unlike Marvel, when they clearly have R-rated characters but will make them PG-13. Well, that's more of a company decision. That's not a. I mean, you have to remember. It's kind of funny. I had this discussion with my brother, and we were talking about Deadpool. And we were joking about, I was joking about like Deadpool being like, oh yeah, I'm in the Marvel Cinematic Universe or whatever. And then I'm like, yeah, but you realize that you're probably going to be PG-13 now, right? And he's like, shit. Well, because, yeah, I mean, again, and that's why it's so interesting with this lawsuit going on right now with Steve Ditko and Disney, because at the end of the day, it is probably about money, but because it is about money, it's all about money. Disney does not want a co-ownership, because when it comes to that case, what they would probably do is, because like I said, let's say hypothetically that Steve Ditko and Stan Lee's family wins. And whoever else is in the court case, if that side wins, then they would get copyrights and they would get final say on like movies, TV shows, video games, all that stuff. And they would get like maybe about 50% of the 50% or more of the money that the movies, TV shows, movies, and video games, and all that stuff that make. And Disney does not want that. Disney's greedy. They want to keep all the money, and that's why they countersued. And they want to keep they'll. And don't get me wrong, it's not an open and shut case. It's going to be a very complicated case, and it's going to probably go on all the way to I think if they said 2023. Maybe even longer. It might be a few years before you actually see any type of change. So there's nothing to really worry about right now as far as what happens with this case. But I think what it really comes down to at the end of the day is you got Steve Ditko, who's like, ooh, the two characters that I created are going to be in the same movie together. I want some of that cheddar too. That's what this shit comes down to at the end of the day. Now, do I wish that it was not just about the money, but it was about for example, how I feel about their mistreatment of Spider-Man, and I want them to do better with him, and Doctor Strange and all the other characters. Sure, that would be awesome if it was about that too, but it's not. It's probably not about that. It's probably all about money, because that's just how these people are. That's how these companies are, and that's kind of why these days, now that I'm older, I'm just if you put out something good, I'll like it. But if you put out something bad or something, that you've been putting out for the last couple of years, like Spider-Man Homecoming, Far From Home, and possibly No Way Home, and now you're trying to come at me with nostalgia, with putting in Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, better not ruin those characters. I remember we were sitting there and we were all thinking probably oh man, we really hope they don't fuck this up. And who knows? They may fuck it up. They may not fuck it up. It might be the best. It might be the best in Tom Holland's little trilogy they got going on. Who knows? Like I said, it could go either way at this point, but I have to see more before I can really judge it. But yeah. Dante 22, Sony New Orleans, Sony ruined Venom. I don't know. I thought the first Venom movie was okay. I gave it a high rating. I just wish that Spider-Man was in it in some way, shape, or form. You know, like that's my problem. Because again, I'm such a big Spider-Man fan. Venom is such an integral part to Spider-Man, and that's kind of why. So is Carnage, and that's kind of why it's so weird. I think what's going to happen is when they put out this movie, it's probably going to get a less rating than I gave the first movie. And if they put a third movie out, that one might even have a lesser rating than that one, because what's going to happen is as these movies keep coming out, like these Venom movies, I'm going to slowly get to the point where I start to hate it, because it's like it has nothing to do with Spider-Man. Venom's its own thing. I have a problem with that because I'm a big Spider-Man fan, and then it's just gonna go on. It's just gonna go on from there. It's just gonna leap. So I don't know. Comic Series actor David S. Goyer almost made a rated R Venom movie in the 90s, played by Dolph Lundgren as Eddie Brock. Wait a minute, didn't Dolph Lundgren play as the Punisher in like that old Punisher movie? Wasn't there like an old Punisher movie that came out in I think like the 80s or something, where Dolph Lundgren played as fucking Punisher? Are you talking about that guy? Really? You're gonna have that guy be Eddie Brock? I don't know. I don't know. That's a fucking weird one. What a weird choice. Crowd one because why Shield didn't try to track him down, because in the first movie Venom bit that guy's head off around public, which they could be taking a video or pictures. Oh, well, that's a good question. Well, you have to remember, Shield was kind of compromised. I don't know when they got compromised by Hydra, because if you guys, again, spoiler if you didn't watch Captain America: The Winter Soldier, but they got infiltrated by Hydra, and when the fuck did the Venom movie come out? Does anyone remember? Here, I gotta look it up because I'm an idiot apparently, and I don't remember time. 2018. Yeah, so Captain America: The Winter Soldier already came out by then. So technically, yeah, you can say Shield's infiltrated by Hydra at that point, and they didn't care. They're bad guys. They don't care. Or maybe the Winter Soldier movie. The Winter Soldier movie already happened. That came out before then. So Shield was already dismantled. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you there, buddy. Skullman, roses are red, violets are blue. Miles Morales is still a great character. Insomniac Spider-Man 2 game will be awesome. Oh, you're one of those people who likes Miles Morales, huh? Mm-hmm. People are still going to go to the theaters. Uh-huh. Combo King, I wonder how long is this podcast? Might not be that long. It might be short. What's the weather? I'm very curious what the weather is right now. I'm getting hot in here. Oh man. 66. Okay, I can crack my window. I cracked my window. I cracked my window. Cracked my window yesterday. Yesterday I opened my window and there was this fucking spider crawling on my window there. And he went inside the window. And I was like, ha, the spider falls for my trap. And then I slammed it. I slammed the entrance to my window. Because I waited for the spider to get in the window, kind of in the middle between where it shuts and where it opens. And I slammed it. Okay. And then a few hours later, my window's still closed. And I see the same fucking spider crawl back over to where I thought I killed it. And I was like, wow. These windows suck. What do you mean he's not dead? I could have swore I killed you. I was like, I thought I killed you. He's like, nah, I'm still here. I'm like, fuck. Then he disappeared. No idea where he went. Could be on my corner ceiling, could be above me right now. Have no idea where the fuck he is. Yeller, the old OGs go to the theater still. Oh, you're the OGs? Oh, that's, we're already at the OGs thing. Oh, we're at the OGs thing already, huh? Oh, OGs go to the theater. Yeah. Good luck with that. YouTube doesn't care about nothing but money in YouTube. Yeah. I don't make money off of YouTube, so fuck me, I guess. Jack Miles the Hedgehog. Hey, man, what's up? Spermanone, Mortal Kombat 2021 is a disappointment. Scorpion's Revenge had plot holes, but still understood the characters. I'm out. All right, bye, man. Jack Miles the Hedgehog, I want to know, Mike, are you a cool person to hang out with? I would like to think so. I mean, that's kind of subjective depending on who you talk to. I mean, I'm sure everyone has enemies, you know, and friends and stuff. Jonathan 14, what's a lawsuit? What's the law? What's a lawsuit? What do you mean? Court? What's court? What's a subpoena? Jedi Prime, let's hope that No Way Home becomes another Rise of Skywalker situation. What? But didn't Rise of Skywalker suck? No, I don't want a Rise of Skywalker situation. I didn't even watch the Rise of Skywalker. Jonathan 14, have you seen the zombie episode What If? Peter finally name dropped his parents and Uncle Ben. Yeah, I heard. My brother, my fucking brother, he never shuts up about the What If stuff. Like he never shuts up about it. Like literally before I even started this podcast, he like walks in here and he's like, "Hey, Mike, look what fucking Ultron did to Thanos. He killed him." And I was like, Nathan, that's like borderline parody at that point. Like it's so silly. Like I hate What If stuff. Like I've always hated What If stuff. There's some What If stuff that's kind of cool actually, but I still like I think the best like What If thing I've ever fucking read in my life. I recently read, I don't know if I said this already in like an earlier podcast, like last month or something, but like last fucking month, I read like some new Injustice comic books, and fucking He-Man showed up, and he like fucking beat up evil Superman, and I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. And I was like on a big He-Man thing for like a month, and then I finally got off it. I was like, oh god, whew. Been a while since I got into He-Man. Forgot how cool He-Man was, man. I went back and watched some old episodes on YouTube and stuff. I was like, man, it really sucks what they're doing to him now these days, you know? Down 14, I've seen a small clip of Venom 2. Venom dropped a mic at a party. Oh, God. You know, it's going to be very interesting. I am very intrigued to, like, how he gets there. How do you... Venom just decides, I'm going to go to a raid. Or a rave. Like, what the fuck? For what? Like, how did you get here, Venom? I love that nobody even knows who he is. He's just like, there's some guy in the audience. He's just like, nice costume. And Venom's like, thank you. Like, how is that a costume? His eyes are, he's blinking, motherfucker. He's blinking. And his teeth are moving. Like, I don't know, man. It's like, man, that guy must have been drunk or something. They're probably drunk writing the script. What am I saying? Jack Miles, the Hedgehog, 35 minutes. Oh yeah, you keeping track now of the how long I'm doing this? Jedi Prime, did you know that there was an actor called I'm a sneeze. I caught it. It's okay. Get back in there. Jedi Prime, did you know that there was an actor called R.C. Everbeck who was originally casted as Eddie Brock, Venom in the Raimi trilogy? R.C. What the fuck kind of a name is that? That's not a real name, by the way. If that's a real name, then that means Everback is his last name, and like R.C. is like his first name and middle name. Oh, he was the guy in Pretty Woman. Sneakers, $12. Oh yeah. Check this out. Hold on. It's smaller here. I can fucking come on. Here we go. Oh yeah, check him out. Hold on. Yeah, check this guy out here. Yeah, there's our football boy. Yeah, this is the guy. Football player, huh? Maybe. All right. Hold on, wait. That's an American Patriot right there. Oh shit. All right, let me get that out of there. Yeah, I could see that maybe. Jack Miles the Hedgehog, I thought you liked spiders. Me? Oh, fuck no. Oh, fuck no. I was playing like Tomb Raider Underworld and like I fucking get scared every time. Like there's like I'm playing so there's a couple missions in like Tomb Raider Underworld where you like fight these giant white spiders. And like I always take my fucking shotgun and I just go bam, bam, die, you monster. Oh god, like hell no. Like just because I like Spider-Man doesn't mean I like spiders. I mean, I was scared when he turned into Man Spider. I was like, holy shit. Friendly 96, will Green Goblin return in Spider-Man movie? Yeah, you will. Okay, so that's the thing is we know it's a Green Goblin. Everyone on the internet's been comparing the voice. Everyone's sitting there saying it's Willem Dafoe. That would be awesome. You're definitely going to get a Green Goblin. People are saying it's Willem Dafoe. I think it's Willem Dafoe, but I want to see him, you know? I want to see him. Jonathan 14, I'm now starting college online class. Can you give me some advice of how to deal with it and what to expect as a student? I'm a little stressed out right now. Oh, okay. Well, I'm currently doing online classes too. Well, number one, make sure that you got a schedule. Make sure that you have a schedule. Make sure that you're waking up in the morning, going to bed at nighttime. Don't be on a bad schedule because that can really mess you up, especially if you have other things you plan on during the day. Have a schedule, have a time set for when you're gonna do it and stuff, your homework and stuff. Don't take 5 classes. Take 4 classes or less. Do not take 5 classes. 5 classes is too much. If you were going to school, then that would probably be easier for you. Do not take 5 classes online. I'm already stressed out doing 4 classes. I mean, I've always done 4 classes. I've never done 5. That's way too much. Maybe, like I said, if you were going to school, maybe you can manage that. But outside of school, at home, no. Do 4 classes. And like I said, make sure you have a schedule. I'm trying to get back on a better schedule. I'm kind of on a shitty schedule. Like I'm waking up at like 1 p.m. That's not good. You gotta wake up earlier than that. And like I said, just make sure you have a schedule. Maybe have because what I do is this is what I used to do when I was like last year. I was doing like Monday I would do one class, and then Tuesday I'd do a class, and then Thursday I'd do a class, and then like, and then like Friday I would wrap anything up. That way I had the weekend to myself. It is a lot. Online classes can be a lot, but it's about organizing your classes and making and like kind of putting it in like spots where you can handle it, and then making sure that you have time after the week to refresh and kind of like relax, and stuff like that. But that's my best advice I can give to someone who has, like me. I'm doing that right now. I've been doing that for a while. But that's what I recommend. That's my advice to you. Don't stress out about it. I know that I don't know if it's your first year of college or if it's like your first year of online classes. But it's not that. The only thing that's annoying there's one thing about online classes that's annoying. It's the discussions, and because they use the discussions as a attendance. That's how they do it. They use discussions as like an attendance thing to like kind of because they still have to do attendance. You can't just do your homework or your quizzes or tests and then like whatever. They still try to find a way to do attendance, even though it's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, unless you're taking classes where you like see the person on the camera, I don't know. I mean, me, I don't do that. I just do discussion and I do my weekly stuff. So yeah. Friendly 96, what's your top 10 Spider-Man villains? Ooh, top 10 Spider-Man villains. That's a video. That is a video in the making. Off the top of my head, probably not top 10, but I could probably tell you my favorite some of my favorite Spider-Man villains. Number one would probably be Venom. I think Venom is awesome. I think he's an awesome villain for Spider-Man. I always loved the mirror match. Venom's always been kind of like a mirror match for Spider-Man. Green Goblin, of course. That'd be like second. It's like second or third place because of how much he's messed with him in the comics and stuff. Doc Ock, of course. He's a great villain. But those are like my top three. Those are like my top three. But that should be a video. I actually don't. Did I do that? Did I do that as a video? I don't think I did that as a video. Let me real quick. Check. Did I do that as a video? I don't think I did. I have done many top 10 videos, but I don't think I've ever done that before. Let me see. Did I do that? I don't think I did. How long has it been since oh man, it's been a long time. I did the top 5 Spider-Man movies. I did actors. Yep. Top 10 favorite Spider-Man villains. Yep. So I made a video. There was a video I made. If you go to my playlist, there's a playlist called my top 1 through 10 videos. In the middle of that is my top 10 favorite Spider-Man villains. I actually kind of want to watch it. I'm kind of curious. I actually kind of forgot who I organized as my number 1 or what. But I think I put Venom at the top. But I made a video on that. So if you're really interested, you can go check that out. What do we have? Tom XT Reactor, have you seen the script of J.J. Abrams' Superman, Flyby? No, and to be honest, I'm not interested in J.J. Abrams anything, because, I mean, all that dude does is copy fucking paste. That's all he does. Jack Miles the Hedgehog, I think Tom Holland is a terrible Spider-Man. Welcome to the club, buddy. Tom XT Reactor, now they're going to ruin Venom into friendly BS in the movie. I don't know, dude. We'll see. I mean, like I said, it'll probably get a lower rating than the last movie did for me, but we'll see how it goes. Combo King, are there some Spider-Man suits in Marvel Spider-Man that are inferior to the Spider-Man suits in the older games like The Amazing Spider-Man and Shattered Dimensions or Edge of Time? Yes, Spider-Man 2099. The Spider-Man 2099 suit looks way better in the older games than it does in Marvel Spider-Man. I do not like the design for Noir Spider-Man in Marvel Spider-Man. That those two are just off the top of my head. I mean, I'm sure there were more of them, but I don't want to sit here and go through all of them because otherwise we'll be here all day. Down to 14, is Peter Parker Jewish? Well, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, I don't think Spider-Man's Jewish. Like, and it's a very interesting question. It's a very, very interesting question because, like when I was like, I remember I asked a question. I was like, is Peter like religious? And, sometimes he's not. There are some iterations where Spider-Man, Peter Parker, he's straight up not religious. But if I've ever seen anyone talk about, in the comic books of Peter being religious, it was always, I believe it was always usually like him with like his Aunt May and Uncle Ben being like I don't think they were Catholic. I think they were Christians or something along those lines. But I think Peter Parker is one of those like kind of like, I don't know type of people. I mean, well, fuck it. Let's look it up on the internet, right? I can do it right here. Let's look up your question. Is Peter Parker Jewish? Is he Jewish? Are you Jewish? Holy shit. There are articles of this shit that exist. What? Oh God, really? They asked every rat about this shit, huh? Oh God. Stan Lee was Jewish, huh? I don't understand that. I don't understand that logic though, because Jewish people don't believe in hell, which I think is very stupid. Like I believe in hell. Like I think hell exists. Like I never understood the concept of like Jewish have where they like no, we don't believe in hell. Like really, you don't believe in hell? Okay. Well, I have a panel here. No. No. Yeah. Jokes first, web second. Okay. Yeah, I mean, well, again, there's no straight answer on this. Like, I think Spider-Man thinks that there's something, but I don't think he's like Spider-Man's one of those characters who kind of does believe in something, but he's not like he doesn't really like he's not he's not a specific religion, if that makes sense. Like he's not like, oh, I'm Jewish, oh, I'm Christian, oh, I'm Lutheran, oh, I'm Catholic. I think his aunt and uncle, I believe, were like I think there might have been like Christian or something, and he was like kind of like raised that way. But again, he's not any specific religion. So I don't really have an answer to your question. The best answer I can give you from me personally, from what I've read about Spider-Man, is he believes in something, but he's not like a hardcore Jewish or hardcore Christian or Catholic or Lutheran or anything like that. He's not hardcore religious, but he has he has his morals, if that makes any sense. He's a science nerd, he doesn't. Like I said, there have been iterations of him where he doesn't believe in any of that stuff, but there have been a lot of iterations where he does admit that there's something, but he's not like a specific one. I don't believe he is. I mean, from what I've gathered. Jedi Prime, how hard was Armstrong's was to defeat in the final boss fight in Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance? How hard was he to fight for me? It wasn't that hard. I would say that you had to find his pattern, and then as soon as you figured out his pattern, it was easy. Jonathan 14, thank you for the advice, Mike. Weirdly, I'm doing 2 classes, RN. Okay. Jack Miles the Hedgehog, I can't stand Miles Morales. I can't stand the stupid friend of Miles. I don't like those characters. Yeah. Spider-Man 2, in the novelization, the homeless guy is actually Namor. What? What are you fucking talking about? Fucking Namor. Okay. Jonathan 14, it is my first year of college, but this isn't my first online class. I've been doing online class since senior year. Oh, fuck. I feel so bad for your generation. I'm sorry. Like this shit should not have happened. Spencer has reckoned sins of past in the most weirdest and confusing way possible. I heard Marvel might get rid of it. I think Marvel's getting rid of it. I think Marvel's getting rid of Sins of Past. Dude, everything about Sins of Past was completely disgusting. Underage Gwen Stacy getting pregnant from Norman Osborn / Green Goblin while they were still going out. Like, retconned, yeah. Spencer has retconned it. Yeah, Marvel doesn't like the story either. Marvel's probably going to get rid of the story too. Good. The one good thing that Marvel has done in years. Get rid of Sins of Past. Everyone fucking hates that story. And you want to know what other story you can get rid of too while you're at it? Because that story was bad too. What the fuck was it called? I always forget the name of it, but the one where he, kills Mary Jane with his fucking radioactive semen. That story was awful too. I hate that story too. Sins of Past, though, is awful. Like, we all ignored it. It's terrible. We all know it's terrible. It's disgusting. I am sick and tired of them treating Gwen Stacy like a whore, by the way. She's fucking banging Peter. She's fucking banging Miles. She's fucking banging Norman Osborn, who's 3-4 times her fucking age. It's just disgusting. Stop that bullshit, man. Stop the bullshit. Seriously. It's disgusting. I could say that for any of these fucking Marvel / DC characters who get in relationships with other characters. Fucking banging everybody. Like, like, what the fuck? Never mind. I'm not going to get into it. Comic Book King, all right, gotta go. It was great being in the stream. Yeah, all right, see ya, man. Down to Thunder 14, hot take. Trouble is more disgusting than Sins of Past and One More Day combined. Oh, God. I'm just like, Jack Moz Hedgehog. Hey, Mike, do you like Spider-Man Web of Shadows? I'm really a big fan of that game. What about you? Oh, I love Web of Shadows. I will be playing Web of Shadows. Don't worry about it. I will be playing Web of Shadows. It's just that the Amazing Spider-Man is taking me a while because of the fact that I'm playing the Punisher right now. I started doing the Punisher, so it's kind of making it stretch out. Which for the fact that I'm doing because I'm doing school, so it does kind of help because it gives me more time to do school stuff. But technically, yeah, that Spider-Man should have been done by now. It's been taking a little bit. The Amazing Spider-Man's been taking too long. I guess if you guys want, I could give you a timeline since it's no big secret anymore that I'm I'm playing Spider-Man games. So I want to finish the Amazing Spider-Man, and then after the Amazing Spider-Man 1, I'm going to be going to Shattered Dimensions, and then we're going to be doing Edge of Time, then we're going to do Web of Shadows, and then we're going to go and do Spider-Man 1, then we're going to do Spider-Man 2 on the PC, and we're going to do Spider-Man 3. I don't know if I want to do the PS2 / Xbox 360 version of Spider-Man 3. I'm kind of like going back and forth of it because I don't want to play the game twice. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens, but doing those ones, and then we'll end it off with Spider-Man 2 on the Xbox. So that's my plan for the Spider-Man games. I don't really have any other plans to doing more Spider-Man games after that. I did say I want to do Friend or Foe. I think I'll do Friend or Foe probably after Spider-Man 3, and then I'll do Spider-Man 2. Because Spider-Man 2 on PC and Spider-Man 2 on the Xbox are two different games. So I don't know. I guess I'm being hypocritical. Maybe I should do Spider-Man. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it, but I don't know. You know, that's why I saved it last, because not only is it because I want to save the best for last, but because, trying to figure out, how I want to do some of them, because some of them are kind of like, for example, Spider-Man Web of Shadows on the Wii. It has costumes. I thought about, because I'm gonna play Web of Shadows on the Wii, on the PC. We're gonna be playing the PC version of Web of Shadows, which means you get to see my face cam. But the thing is with that is, I don't know if I want to do maybe mods. I mean, I've never looked at mods for Spider-Man, Spider-Man Web of Shadows or any of the Spider-Man games I have on here. I don't even know if I could get those to work or if there are any that exist. So I'm a little I mean, personally I wouldn't, but I don't know. It's it's a lot for me to figure out. I'm still working on it, but yeah. Atomic Sea Reactor, comic book industry. It fixed. Okay. Kenzie subs. Hey Mike, just got here. What are we talking about? Yes, I hate Sins of Past 2. Crown 1 and Marvel need to get rid of the Civil War comics since everyone hates it. Well, the problem with Civil War, Civil War wasn't Civil War. The problem with Civil War is that it caused a lot of problems. It caused problems with Spider-Man. It caused problems with a lot of other characters. It caused problems with Captain America. It caused problems with Iron Man. It caused problems with everyone in that situation. Everyone, because it involved everyone, so everyone got fucked over in some way, shape, or form. It was just a huge bad time for everybody, and I don't think that was a bad idea. I think that there were some instances, with Spider-Man, for example, where that was out of character and it made no sense, especially with the way that the comic went anyway. I mean, he went from pro-registration to anti-registration. And that's fine. Don't get me wrong. People switch their minds all the time with politics and stuff. These days, probably not, but you know what I mean. It just was a weird thing to do. It was just so weird, and it was dumb. It didn't make any sense. It was really against his character what they did with him, and And then hello Mephisto, goodbye Mary Jane, and like it just went from bad to worse, especially for Spider-Man. I mean, you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think Spider-Man probably got the worst of it. I think Spider-Man got the worst of it. Tom X Reactor, also, why do you hate Goblin Ultimate Verse? I put him in my fan film, LOL. Again, I don't read Ultimate Comics. I don't read them. Well, I wouldn't say that. I would say that I've seen some issues. I've seen some panels. I've read a little bit of it. Overall, it's not a bad series. You know, I think that Ultimate Spider-Man was pretty decent. It's just, I think that the Hulk-sized Goblin is a little. It's weird for me because I go from 616, where he's like a normal proportion dude, to a big Hulk who shoots fire out of his hands. That's drastic change for me. So that's mostly what my problem is that I just find that whole thing slightly ridiculous. I wouldn't say I hate him. I would just say that it's just weird. Like, I just find his whole design, I find what he does, it's just weird. Like, it's just weird to me, you know? And again, you know, it's mostly because I read the 616 stuff and then the mainline universe stuff. That's why I'm all like, what the heck? Anthony Garcia, why stereotype and cheapen the character by calling him a science nerd? He's just a smart guy and science is his passion. So many misconceptions stem from calling him that. Sure, I guess. He's very intelligent. I mean, he's one of the smartest characters in Marvel. People always talk about Iron Man or, you know, Reed Richards. Spider-Man's really smart too. People always forget that. Oh, geez. Where was I? I'm lost. Friendly 96. Who would win between Spider-Man villain as Batman villains in a fight? Oh, villains versus villains? Spider-Man villains. I think Spider-Man villains. I do. I genuinely believe that. Don't get me wrong. Batman villains got some heavy hitters, but I mean, Batman can defeat. He's a normal person. I mean, and Spider-Man's got superpowers, and a lot of the villains that he fights, you know, are really strong. So, I mean, I think Spider-Man villains. Giant Prime, my next month in October, Spider-Man Edge of Time is about to turn 10 years old. I've platinumed the game on my PS3 twice. How the fuck you platinum it? How the fuck you platinum it twice? Oh man, did you guys hear about that story? By the way, so there was a story. It popped off. I think when like the 10-year anniversary of like Spider-Man Edge of Time or whatever. Well, yeah, when it turned 10 years old, people started talking about Beanox's plans for what they were gonna do. They apparently were gonna remaster Shattered Dimensions and Edge of Time, and I was like, "You fucking serious?" Like, and I'm like all pissed off. I just want to be like, boop, 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 boop. Yeah, Activision. Yeah, I know that you guys are asshole, but I think maybe you should talk to Sony about getting some of them video game rights back because people really want that fucking remaster. And listen, I know you're busy with Call of Duty, and look how that's turning out. So I'm just saying, maybe you want to do something different. Hello? They hung up on me. They fucking don't care. They don't care. They're like, Call of Duty. Like, okay. Come on, guys. You guys used to be awesome. You guys used to have Radical Entertainment. You guys used to have like Beanox. Used to have like all these like, little cool studios, and you shut them down for what? Fucking Call of Duty, which is not doing well, by the way. Call of Duty has not been doing well. It's been drastically going downhill for them, and they just keep pushing it out. It's like, stop, do something different. Take a risk, Maybe get the Spider-Man stuff back. Try to do something new. You got to have your competition. You got to do something more, like, I don't know, man. I don't understand what the hell's going on, man. And then I was really upset when I heard that they were going to remaster Shattered Dimensions Edge of Time, because I was like, what? It would looked awesome. Fuck. I mean, because that's one of those games that does deserve a remaster. You know what I mean? Like Edge of Time and Shattered Dimensions. Like, damn it. Sucks, man. Those are good games. When I get to them, I mean, you're going to hear nothing but me talk about how much they're good games, but they're good games, man. So, yeah. 2014 was the 2003 comic book called Trouble. It was about the life before Peter was born. Turns out Aunt May was a redhead when she was younger, and she's not really Peter's aunt. Oh my God. I remember. Okay, so I read the book while I was reading it, and I stopped reading it. And you're right. It was like her. It was like Aunt May, and she even says like the tiger line. It was the weirdest fucking thing I have ever, like, it was just weird. It was just a weird book. Like, because it had nothing to do with Spider-Man. It was just all about Aunt May and, like, her when she was younger. And then like the book tries to say that Aunt May is actually like his mom. And it was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, stop. Like, it was just a huge fucking, but somehow that one's not as bad. I disagree. That one's not as bad as Sins of Past. Sins of Past is worse than Trouble. I think Trouble it's up there, but it's not as bad as Sins of Past and fucking in Spider-Man Reign. That fucking book. Despise that book. But yeah. Kenzie subs, unpopular opinion, Activision Spidey games are better than Insomniac Spidey games. I'm sorry, Activision Spidey games are my childhood, and that's all I played back then on my Wii and Xbox. Yeah. Shit, how long did we have Beanox Spider-Man stuff? Not Beanox, but like Activision. Holy shit, you had that for over a decade. For like, yeah, straight up almost over a decade of over a decade of Activision having Spider-Man games and making Spider-Man games. And there were duds, like the Amazing Spider-Man 2, I would say, was probably the worst they've ever done. But I mean, fucking Spider-Man 2000 was fucking gold. Enter Electro 2, that one was gold. Spider-Man 1, 2, 3, Shattered Dimensions, Edge of Time, Web of Shadows was amazing. The Amazing Spider-Man 1 was pretty decent. Like, he had some good Spider-Man games, and I mean, that's people's childhood. So, yeah, you compare that to one Spider-Man game, or two if you count the Miles Morales game. Like, that's like nothing, like that's barely anything. That's one game, like just be like a Spider-Man game doesn't always have to be open world for it to be good. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I think that Spider-Man should be open world, but again, Shattered Dimensions was an open world. Edge of Time was an open world, and those are good games. Spider-Man 2000 wasn't a complete open world game, and or Enter Electro, and those are both great games. Spider-Man 1 on the PS1, was it PS2? PS2. Spider-Man and the PS2. That one was an open world. The first game was an open world. The second game was, because the second game set the standard. The second game set the standard for the open world Spider-Man games. And then that's why you had Ultimate Spider-Man. They fucking made Ultimate Spider-Man too. Ultimate Spider-Man, Web of Shadows, Spider-Man 3. Like, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff there, man. Jack Miles the Hedgehog, I hate IGN. Those people say that Spider-Man Web of Shadows is a terrible game. It's horrible review. They also say Sonic it was never good in that it is not true. IGN, couple of arrogant people. IGN is just a shit company. Shit company. I made a video called IGN Fuck You, where me and my little brother were just talking about how shitty IGN was. It was like a weird. We only did it because we didn't like what they rated one of the games we were kind of liking at the time. And I was just like, you know what, IGN, I'm gonna make a whole video talking about how much you suck ass. And that's exactly what I did. It was exactly what I did. That was a long time ago. That was like when I first started doing YouTube. Had a lot of balls back then. I still have a lot of balls now. IGN Sonic was never good. Oh man, that's Sonic. That's stupid. Like people really love Sonic. I don't understand. IGN, you clearly don't. So what you're really saying, IGN, is you're saying that you don't have anyone at your industry who likes Sonic, is what you're trying to say, or has played Sonic games. And that's kind of funny. I was thinking about how I remember I was thinking about IGN one time, and I was sitting there, I was thinking about how IGN should be doing the reviews. IGN should be doing the reviews exactly like this. They should be like this. They should be, okay, who here has played Spider-Man games? Okay, who here has played this specific Spider-Man game? And then you maybe have that person do it. Who here has played Sonic games? And then if you don't have anyone who's played Sonic, you better fucking find someone who did, because it's important, especially for sequels, for games that have sequels, to have someone review the game that has played older titles before, so that they have, and they should, because it's not like you have anything relatively that new and ambitious anymore these days. A lot of games these days are just reboots, or they're fucking remasters of a game you've already played before. So why the fuck are you gonna have someone who's never played, I don't know, let's say a Spider-Man game before in their life, come in and review Miles Morales Spider-Man, and they don't even know who Spider-Man is, they've never even read the books before, that person shouldn't be reviewing the game. That person has no idea what they're even playing. That is just so, again, it's just an example of how ignorant a company like IGN is, where just because they don't have a single person there who likes Sonic, so the whole company thinks that it's a good idea to shit on Sonic. That's the stupidest fucking decision you can make. Stupidest fucking decision you can make. Jack Miles the Hedgehog, IGN says also that the web strike sucks and it's repetitive, that it's not true. No, it's not. That's not. Oh my God. The fucking web strike. What came out first? Was it Web of Shadows or was it Shattered Dimensions? I think it was Web of Shadows. Web of Shadows invented the web strike. Web strike's fucking repetitive? You want to know why web strike's fucking repetitive? Maybe because your favorite Marvel Spider-Man game from Insomniac didn't do anything with it. All it did was bring you closer to enemies. Where in Web of Shadows, you web strike to an enemy and you can jump over the enemy, Or you can web strike to an enemy, you can punch the enemy, or you can web strike to him and like throw him. There was a bunch of shit you could do with the web strike ability in Spider-Man Web of Shadows. And over time, it got toned down, even from Activision. You know, when they did Shattered Dimensions, the web strike, all it did is bring you to your enemy. Or you could jump over the enemy. They still had those elements. Insomniac took none of them. They took none of them except to the point where you can bring yourself to the enemy. A simple, cool idea that got dumbed down over time because people are lazy. That's just how this shit is. Jack Miles the Hedgehog. Hey, Mike, you going to play the video game Ghost Rider? I have Ghost Rider on the PS2. I used to have it on the PSP as well when I used to have a PSP. I didn't know if anyone was actually interested in Ghost Rider. I have a lot of Marvel / DC games, like old games. Yeah, I could play that after Punisher. I could play that alongside another Spider-Man game. Sure. Oh, I could do that. Why not? Jack Miles the Hedgehog, I agree. Activision is better than Insomniac. Well, as a company, I mean, we can, you know, let's not get crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong. Activision has kind of become shit over the years. But Insomniac is kind of shitty too. But I don't know. I mean, we gotta be careful about what we're saying here. Let's not be crazy. I mean, Activision back in the day, maybe, but Activision now compared to Insomniac, no, I don't know about that. Anthony Garcia, I call Ultimate Gobby steroids Goblin. Yeah. Atomic Sea Reactor, my fan film Goblin design is the same size, but the face is too much spiky than comics. Okay. Oh my lord. MCU hater, hi man. What's up? Atomic Sea Reactor, my fan film is rated R. Yeah, rated R Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man is not really, I don't know. I'm hesitant with Spider-Man being rated R. I personally don't think he should be. Atomic Sea Reactor, the Amazing Spider-Man 3 plot is about Peter use his blood to resurrect. Oh my fucking god! Gwen Stacy and Captain Stacy better than Homecoming. No, actually, and listen. The plot of Homecoming is not bad. The execution of Homecoming was bad. That was what the problem with Homecoming was. Hell, I would say that about most of the new movies. MCU hater, I said this many times, but let me hear your opinion. What will be your reaction if Toby Spider-Man dies and Miles Morales takes over the mantle of Toby Spider-Man knowing him? I'll be fucking pissed off. I'll be pissed off, throw my goddamn popcorn, throw my soda at the TV, and I will not do no fucking research, or I will not calm down, and I will just go ham. I will hit the record button, and I will just yell into my phone. I'm not even kidding. Crown One, Aunt May is Peter's mom. What the fuck? Oh god. Now don't know. Now you are like talking about this one. Down at Thunder 14. Wait, is Spider-Man Reign about Peter killing MJ with his web shooters? No, Reign, R-E-I-G-N, I think that's what it is. Don't look it up. Just don't. Fucking terrible book. I hate it. I fucking hate that book, by the way. Crown One, how would you feel if NetherRealm make a Marvel vs. Mortal Kombat? Oh, God. I don't know about that one. Down at Thunder 14, do you have a job? This is my job. What are you talking about? This is my job. To entertain you. MC Hater, unpopular opinion, both Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen are the worst Spider people. Peter Parker's the OG. Me, Peter, teaming up with 2099, Jessica Drew instead of Miles and Gwen. Yeah, I agree. Those are the better team-ups. MC8er, have you read the Spider-Man Reign? I kind of mixed with the story. Just imagine Tobey Spider-Man. No. Like I don't like it that I hate Spider-Man Reign so much I don't even want to talk about it anymore. MCU hater, bad news. There's a new preschool Spider-Man show for stupid little kids. The show is about Peter, Miles, Gwen teaming up. The preschool show talks about Spidey and his amazing friends. Oh, great. Tom XC Reactor, Miles Morales should not have two powers, and his personality is so weak. I'd rather have Brazilian Spider-Man than Miles. Brazilian Spider-Man. Oh, jeez. And subs, Mike, Sony made some reveals for Spider-Man 2 on PS5. The sequel will not be a two-player game. I saw that coming. 2, we won't be able to play as Miles. I like just backed up like we won't be playing as Miles. 3, web slingshot mode. What the fuck? What the fuck is web slingshot mode? So you're not gonna play as Miles in the game, huh? So they actually did what I said they should do. Okay. That's a start. Next step, remove him from the game entirely. MCU hater, I don't care if this show is for preschool kids. Spidey and his amazing friends is a terrible show. Oh god, the spider's back. He's like, hey man, I heard you talking about me. Motherfucker's still alive. He's just crawling on my wall. Son of a bitch. This is not your house. Get out of my house. Ah, shit. That's a nice looking bed you got, Mike. You fucking asshole. The only thing I'm right about the show is that Peter Parker in the show looks like Tom Maguire. Okay. Do you guys remember Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends? That old TV show before the 90s one came out? I think it was after the 60s show or the 70s show. It had like, what was her name? Firestorm. What was her name? What was her name? Firestorm, and like Iceman was in it. That was a good show. Go watch that show. Jack Miles the Hedgehog. Hey Mike, watch the video IGN Spider-Man Web of Shadows, and you're gonna see what I mean. I'm not watching that shit. Oh great, he's live. Oh yay. Okay. The fucking spider disappeared. Damn it. Okay. Damn. I mean, we didn't really get to the topic I really wanted to talk about. That's fine. I guess. I basically talked about it, so it's not a huge deal. Jack Mouse the Hedgehog, you can watch it right now. We can watch it together. What? I don't want to get copyrighted for that. So, can you get copyrighted for someone's review? IGN would. IGN would probably do that to me. Yeah, plus I don't really care what IGN has to say about that game. So, MC8er, why Tom Holland's Peter Parker almost has the same hairstyle as Peter Parker from Marvel Spider-Man cartoon? Just asking. I don't know. Tom XC Reactor, just Peter swearing and being amateur. That's my R-rated Spider-Man version. Yeah, I know, but it's still weird for him to swear. At least like dropping F-bombs and stuff like that. Friendly 96, would you watch if they made a what if Marvel had an Earth 3 like universe where people like Spider-Man and the Avengers are villains and the villains are heroes? No, I don't like that. I don't like that. You're basically reminding me now of that one movie, the animated movie DC, Infinite Crisis, I think it was called, where like it was like the same thing you were talking about the villains being heroes or whatever, instead of being I don't like that idea. I'm not a fan of that one. I think they already did something like that in the comics. So, in like a what if story, I'm sure, or like a different Earth or something. Atomic Sea Reactor. I'm so glad I did not inspired of Spider-Man's Reign, the disastrous Spider-Man story. Okay. Ken Subs, web slingshot is something we had in the Spider-Man 3 game. It's when you shoot the two webs and slingshot across the city. We'll be getting that in the sequel. Pretty cool, to be honest. Does that mean they're going to get rid of the fast travel system? Because if you guys remember, when we were playing Marvel Spider-Man, I was joking about how, what do you mean there's fast travel? You can just web sling. And then I was like making a whole thing about like, well, that explains why you're fucking web slinging slow. Like, Jesus. But no, I was like, why the fuck do you have fast travel? So it's like, this is going to replace the fast travel thing. By the way, we had web slingshot. It was in the Amazing Spider-Man 2. It wasn't just in Spider-Man 3. Where you take two webs and you like slingshot. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But that was also in the Amazing Spider-Man 2. That was also the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game. So, MCU Hater, yeah, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends 1981 is not bad, but not as great as Spectacular. Yeah, sure. Still a fun show. Jedi Prime, have you seen the This Is How You Don't Play Video Games, How You Don't Play Videos by people who made fun of DSP, like the Spider-Man games and Metal Gear Solid games? No, I have no idea what you're even referencing. I know DSP, but I don't know about what channel you're referencing. Atomic Sea Reactor. I removed Miles Morales in my fan film after the fan base for a racist message. I removed Miles Morales in my fan film after the fan base for a racist message, and no, I won't bring him back. I think we're gonna wrap this up with one last thing. Because there was this. When I was doing research for the. When I was doing research a little bit for the some stuff on this lawsuit between Steve Ditko and Disney, I came across a video which basically made my third eye open or awaken. So. And I saw one of Mecha Random's videos, and she was talking about like her and her friend. She was talking about how this lawsuit has made them realize what has been really going on with people like Miles Morales and Falcon becoming Captain America and all this stuff. It was a realization that, and here's what I learned, guys. I learned that they've been doing this on purpose, but it hasn't been going the way they thought it would. Well, of course they've been doing this on purpose with Miles Morales. They've been trying to push Miles Morales in your face. But what I mean is that they thought it would be more successful. It wasn't as successful as they thought because karma's a bitch. But the reason why they've been doing this is because they're trying to not get copyrighted. Because their excuse is going to be, well, that's not Spider-Man because Spider-Man's not black. Like, it's what people like me have been kind of like, and listen, I'm not saying that a Spider-Man like Miles Morales shouldn't exist. I'm just saying is that, or you have what's his name? Spider-Punk. Spider-Punk's black. I don't have a problem with Spider-Punk. But Miles Morales I don't like. And I don't like Miles Morales because they keep pushing him. And again, you guys already know how I feel about, him and Gwen Stacy and stuff. And that's another reason why I got mad at him. And I got mad at the writers. And then I started hating Brian Michael Bendis because he, used to write Ultimate Spider-Man comics. And it was just, again, when I realized that all of this shit had to do with money and all this shit was about greed, because think about it. Why would they promote something like, I don't know, like Marvel's Avengers? Why would they promote Marvel's Avengers, with Kamala Khan in it, right? Another diversity character that they made up. Why would they make a character like that? And why would they push it in your face? And they try to like keep talking about, oh, celebrate our 1 year anniversary, because they put out a video like yesterday about, oh yeah, our 1 year anniversary. It's like, no one likes your game. As a matter of fact, people like me and many other people who played the game, we hate the game. And most people hate the game. So why are you sitting, like, you have no shame, because you thought you're trying to convince people that we're wrong for saying these things. And we're not wrong, and we're not wrong. I'm not wrong. I never was wrong. Because what happened is, it's all about copyright. It's all about the logo, right? It's all about the character. Like I said, Disney's greedy. They want to keep all the money. So how do you keep the license? You change the race. You change the character. You change if they're gay or straight or whatever. That's all this is about. This is all this is about. Why change Captain Marvel? Why did Captain Marvel go from a dude to a woman, to a black woman, to a blonde woman? Copyright, money, because they're changing the character because they want to keep the license so they don't get sued. It was always about money. It was Ironheart, Iron Man. It was always about money. It was always about money. It's always about keeping literally everything about this. They don't care about diversity. They don't care about inclusion. They don't care about that shit. It was always about money. It was always about how much money that they can make off of you. And they don't want to share it with people like Steve Ditko, Jack Kirby, or anyone like that. They don't want to share the money. They don't want co-ownership. They want complete ownership. That's what this is about. That's what this counter lawsuit is about. That's the reality of this. And I realize this because they're going so hard back. Because they're like, you're going to sue us? Oh, hell no. No. You ain't getting this cheddar. You ain't, no. But that's the reality. This is always about money. It has nothing to do with diversity. It has nothing to do with inclusion. They probably think the exact same thing that most of us do about, or not like most of us, like people like me who don't like characters like Kamala Khan or Miles Morales, because what they do is they say all this shit on Twitter, and then they use those people like a shield, and then they call you racist, and they call you homophobic, they call you all these names under the sun because it gets you to shut up, and it gets them to keep their copyrights so that they don't have to share it with other people. That's what this is about. That's what this whole thing has been about. And I'm like, holy shit, I had no idea that this was what it really was about. And you think it's silly, right? You think, holy shit, that's unbelievable. It was something as simple as money? Why, the fucking country's on fire? Yeah, they would rather watch it burn before they fucking lose any of their money. That's what this whole thing has been about. We live in one of the most greedy times ever in life. These are one of the most greedy times in life because it's one of the most money-making times in life for these big corporations and these big movie companies and these big people like Disney. It's why Disney's buying all their competitors. That's why Disney bought Fox. That's why you hear rumors about Disney buying Sony, which is illegal. You cannot be a monopoly in this fucking country. But whatever, I digress. Maybe one day they'll get hit with the law. I don't know. It would be funny, actually, but who knows? They probably won't. Because they're all in the same fucking boat. They're all in the same boat. So with that being said, guys, I'm done. I got my little 10-minute rant out of the way. I really wanted to say all that just because, it's been on my mind, and yeah. So, all right then. Well, holy shit, I'm tired. That tired me out a little bit, actually. I guess I'll read some of you guys have to say before I go. I know that I got a little into it there for a minute. Tom XT Reactor, my version of Spider-Verse is about 6 Peters, not Spider people, and I wish I can add 2099. Yeah, but 2099 is not Peter. 2099 is Miguel O'Hara. He's not like, and that motherfucker celebrates Day of the Dead. He's kind of Mexican. You know what I mean? Like, he looks white, but he's like Spanish. So, but they don't push people like him because he's not the correct skin color. That's all this is about. Otherwise, they would have pushed someone like him. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about money. It is. They don't care about that shit. And I know the secret. I know the secret now. That is the secret. It's been about greed this entire time. It's never been about them actually believing in it. They just use it as a shield. And they use it so they don't get copyrighted up the asshole. That's all this is about. It's all it's about. It's why they're so mad about it. They're like, you can't sue us. MCU hater, not only they are pushing Miles in our face, but they're also pushing Spider-Gwen in my face. I don't like Spider-Gwen. One, why didn't they make a movie about Spider-Punk? I don't know. Would have been a sick rager, I promise. Tom XD Reactor, the real Ms. Marvel is Carol Danvers, classic version. Yeah, I like that version of her. I think that's the best version of her. It's back when I used to like her, That was back when. Remember when Spider-Man and when Ms. Marvel, Carol Danvers, I remember people were like, "Oh man, they should totally date," and I was and I was like one of those people. I was like, why not? One night stand. I don't know, but yeah. MCU hater, SJW characters list: Ms. Marvel, Captain Marvel, Spider-Gwen, Miles Morales, Patriot, American Chavez, Ironheart. Yeah. Crown One, this is why I'm afraid of making a book, because I think they changed the character that I made for the wrong reasons. MCU hater, people are saying that Tom Holland Spider-Man is Ultimate Spider-Man from the comics. Nah, Andrew is the real Ultimate Spider-Man, not Trash Holland. That's true. Tom Holland acts like Miles Morales. He's not acting like Peter Parker. He's acting like Miles Morales, and that's probably why I hate Tom Holland Spider-Man so much. Is because he's not acting like Peter Parker. He's acting like Miles Morales, and that's the reality of it. He's not acting like Peter Parker because he's playing a different character with the same name. Like that's where he's not even close to Ultimate Spider-Man. Jack Miles the Hedgehog. What I hate Marvel Spider-Man is people review the game. Some of them say is a masterpiece, treated like God. 10 out of 10. That's not true. I'm not gonna lie. It's a decent game, but it's not perfect. I agree 100%. I think that it's a good game, but I think that it's overpraised. That happens with a lot of things, honestly. Galaxy Reactor, that's what happened to Spider-Man Lotus fan base trying to cancel my fan film after Gavin's tweets. Oh man. Yeah, I'm not on Twitter, so I mean I don't really I have a Twitter account, but I don't really go on Twitter a lot. So I don't really know about all this crazy stuff that happens. Tom XC Reactor, after Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, would you make a video rather than a live stream? Oh, you want to see a video? Yeah, sure, I can do a video. I just figured, I don't know if you guys would like the live thing more, if you preferred the video. But yeah, I can. If they do another trailer, I'll do a video for them. But it depends. If it comes out on like a Wednesday or a Tuesday, then I might want to do it for like a podcast Wednesday. But if it comes out on like a Thursday or Friday, then I guess I could do a video. We'll see how it goes. We'll see when they do it. MCU hater, it's sad that stupid little kids loves MCU's Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, Disney Marvel characters, and other media stuff instead of Raimi trilogy. Spectacular Spider-Man 90s Marvel cartoon. Because they don't see it. Because they don't have access to it. That's the thing. I have access to all of these movies and TV shows and comic books and all this other form of media and games and stuff. They don't, because they're little kids. So they hop on the new stuff, because that's how they get you. They get you with the new stuff. That's how they get little kids, by the way. Coming for you kids. Jack Miles the Hedgehog, like Red Dead Redemption 2, got a 10 out of 10, a masterpiece. Fantastic, perfect story. That's not true. It's a good game, but it's not perfect, because a good game has good graphics doesn't make it automatically a good game. Yeah, people are graphics whores. I like graphics too, but like I can go back and play Spider-Man 2000, and still love playing the game. Like, I don't care if your game looks pretty. I care if your game is a good game and it plays well. That's what it's about. And I was watching the Rad Brad, and he played. I think he was playing some game. The game doesn't matter, but what he said mattered. He said something about. He was on Twitter, and he was like, hearing people talk about how there were not a lot of games that came out this year. That were these big cinematic games like Uncharted or The Last of Us. And I'm just sitting there, I'm thinking to myself, they're not gamers, clearly. Like, I'm excited for the new Metroid game coming out, Metroid Dread. I'm excited that Blood Rain Blood Rain came out on the PC for 1 and 2, got like remastered versions on PC, and like then they brought over that 2D version to the Nintendo Switch and the PS4 and Xbox and all that stuff. Like, those are games. They're not these big open cinematic, games. Like that's not why we play games. We play games to have fun and enjoy the gameplay. Like, it's not about, you could kind of take it with the Doom approach, with the guy who made Doom. Like, what did the guy say? The guy said something about like, like thinking of it like a porno. Like, the story doesn't matter. It's just how we get. It just kind of shows you how we get. The story is just there to get to the important part, which is the gameplay, right? Like, that's the point. And don't get me wrong, I like a good story in my video game. Like, I love Spider-Man Edge of Time. I love Shattered Dimensions. You can get a good story and enjoy the gameplay. You can love both. But I think at the end of the day, gameplay matters the most, because gameplay is what's going to keep you coming back to play the game. That's the point. Time XT Reactor, I believe it's October 21st of 2023. Oh, with the lawsuit, yeah. Maybe. MCU hater, another unpopular opinion. Miles Morales sucks because he's kind of better than Iron Boy Jr. Miles is still Black Peter Parker, though. Jedi Prime, what episode from the Spectacular Spider-Man do you like the most? What episode do I like the most? I really love the Venom, the black suit. When they did the black suit, they stretched that out, and then like with Venom and stuff, when they did that, those are really good. I really love I really like that episode. I think my favorite one might have been the one where where they do the clock tower, like the bells again. That scene where he's just kind of like in his head, and he's just like kind of like remembering Uncle Ben and like responsibility and all that stuff. I love that one. That was a good episode. Crown 1, yeah, Infamous 1 and 2 graphics didn't hold up, but the gameplay and story is still fun. Yeah. Those games deserve remaster. Why have we not yelled at? Are people not? people, we need to yell at Sony. Remaster Infamous 1 and 2. Alan Wake's getting a remaster. That deserves a remaster. That's a good game. Kind of annoyed that they're not putting in the Xbox Arcade other game with that, bundled with that too. But $30, it's fine, I guess. You can pre-order it. Much cheaper than most games these days. Atomic Sea Reactor, what's your favorite unused Spider-Man costume? Or maybe you can look it up in Google. My favorite unused Spider-Man costumes? Oh, you know what? The Ben Reilly. Hold on. Ben Reilly. Ben Reilly Spider-Man. Specifically, this one. Look at that one. This one. I like this one. This one's an awesome design. Like, we see this one all the time. Like, this one's a good one too. But I mean, like, this one. This one's fucking awesome. Love this one. This one's really cool. This one's a good one. I want to see that one. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, that one looks good. Yeah, that one looks pretty good. Yeah, that one looks good. I'd like to see that one more. That one's a good one. MCU hater, I'm not playing Marvel Spider-Man 2 game because for 2 reasons. Miles in it, and it doesn't give me that much hype than the last game. Well, to be fair, I mean, I'm glad that you won't be playing as Miles, if that is true. At the same time, I still don't like the idea of him being there, but I mean, I'm at least glad that they're at least, letting you not play as anyone anymore. Just play as Peter Parker, Spider-Man. I don't want to play as Miles. I don't want to play as Mary Jane. Stop that. Just let me play as Spider-Man. So that's good. Baby steps, but we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I'm going to probably watch the game first, but we'll see. Jack Miles the Hedgehog, people just care about good graphics, are not real gamers. Those are idiots. Yeah. It's not a movie, guys, in case you forgot. Atomic Sea Reactor, Spider-Man wearing the black suit, why he does not have a deeper voice. Oh, yeah, you like it when he has a deeper voice? I don't know. You think he should have a deeper voice when he has the black suit on? That's an interesting idea. MCAtor, I hope that I hope that at the end of No Way Home, Trash Holland's Peter Parker will break up with Michelle Jones and go to the college to meet the real Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy and Harry Osborn. Probably won't happen, but who knows. Jedi Prime, how would you rank all of the Infamous games? Ooh. Well, I would definitely say that Second Son is on the... Well, I would have Second Son on the bottom, and then Infamous First Light. This is from bottom to top. I'll probably go Infamous First Light, or no, Infamous Second Son, Infamous First Light, and then it's between 1 and 2. 1 and 2 are the best. I think First Light's the third best. Because I like First Light a lot more than I like the main game, honestly. Just because I thought it was a little weird that I had all these different types of powers in Second Son. So, and I like the story a little bit more in First Light. Crown 1, if there is a game that came out but graphics looks like PS2 but the gameplay and the story is well done, I'll still play it. Yeah. Crown 1, MCU, MJ, stop calling her that. Michelle and Peter have no chemistry. Yeah, they really don't, actually. Atomic Sea Reactor, I mean Black Suit Spider-Man and porn parody made a deeper voice is basically Raimi's suit with no web lines. MCU hater, Marvel Spider-Man 2 game should be a little bit better if Miles is not in it. I don't know. We'll see. But wow, that was a long one. Almost 2 hours. Okay, guys. With that being said, we're gonna wrap this video up. Thank you guys for joining me here. We talked about a lot of serious stuff and a lot of fun stuff. I don't know when I'll do another podcast. I just decided to do this out of the blue because I really wanted to talk about the lawsuit stuff because a lot of people were talking about it and freaking out about it. They were like, "Oh my gosh, is Doctor Strange and Spider-Man and all the other characters going to leave the Marvel Cinematic Universe, whatever?" No, probably not. Something could happen maybe in the future if anything does happen, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, but thank you guys for joining me, and I'm out of here. Up, and away. See you guys.